Hi, this is Terry Brooks with T Brooks Web Design, going over your website, doing a website analysis. We talked this morning about possibly having me redo your website, and we went over some of the major issues with the website and why it's not ranking well in Google. And it is a nice looking website. Like I mentioned, it's really a very attractive website. It's mobile friendly. It takes up the whole width of the screen. I really don't like websites where you have to scroll endlessly to find what you're looking for. On a desktop, it's annoying. On a phone, it's probably even more annoying because you have a lot more, you're scrolling a lot more on a phone. So even on a desktop, you're you're just scrolling endlessly, 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 endlessly. It just keeps going and going and going. So I really don't like how that works. Um, Looking at your home page, so we have some text here. all of your all of your services are on one page, which, as I mentioned this morning, you really don't want to do. You need to have separate pages for each of your main services because Google is only going to rank you for really just maybe one, possibly two services per page. And if you want to rank for specific services, they need to be on their own page because everything on that page will be specific for that service. So if you have an irrigation page, everything on that page is targeted to irrigation. I use all the different search terms that are related to irrigation, sprinkler systems, that sort of thing. So we go down a little further here, get a quote for services. Let's see if this even works. Okay, so it's going to take me down here, so we're not going to do that just yet. So yeah, your father looks like a model. So does your landscape architect. Yes, these are obvious stock photos. And when people see these, they're going to be like, oh, I don't think we want to work with this company because, they've got to be some kind of scammers. They're not even, they're showing fake pictures. Even if you wanted to contact the owner, if you click on Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn, they're not even valid links. They don't even go anywhere. They just go right back to the website. Same thing with Jesse White. The links don't go anywhere. Um, these numbers are probably generated randomly. I don't know if they're legitimate numbers or not. We go down a little further. We have some wording for the landscaping, and then we have your projects. You only have 6 photos, and let me see if this even brings up. It's supposed to bring up a larger. Well, it's supposed to bring up a larger version of the photo. Oh, there it is. Um, Why does it say my desk? Enjoy our handmade work with love for every detail. Clearly, this is taken from a different website. Client is Envat. Okay, so yeah, here we go. This is all in Latin. I don't know what these guys are doing for $60 a month, but they're obviously not maintaining this website because all this text is, I don't know what this text is all about. Here, Chili's, you said that is one of your clients. So let's go to this page. Okay, same thing. Handmade work with love for every detail. Project link is yourlink.com. Date 2016. Lorem ipsum dolor. So again, yeah, that's not working. Oh, here's all the links to be able to get a hold of you. Let's find you on Twitter. Let's click on Twitter and see what happens. Nothing. Twitter link doesn't work. And Facebook link doesn't work. And Google Plus doesn't exist anymore. Google Plus has not existed for, I don't know, a year or so. So again, this should not even be on here. So none of these links work, which is not good. Our clients. Again, clearly these are stock photos. I don't know if these are even real reviews or not. They might be. They probably are, but I don't know. I just don't really like this area at all. Companies that you've worked with, contact JMA. So I'm curious to see if I'm allowed to. Okay, so one or more fields have an error. Okay, so I'm just gonna type. Oh, why are these coming up? Okay, so I'm just going to see if this allows me to send something through. Viagra at we sell creditcards.com. Make money fast. This is a spammy message selling Viagra and credit cards and get rich quick schemes. So if this email form is secure, it should not go through. I should get an error message saying, like, no, this is because of all these words that are in here, Viagra and credit cards and make money fast and spam and quick, get rich quick. So let's see if it goes through. I'm going to click on send. Thank you for your message. It has been sent. So this email form is not even secure. So yeah, and again, let's see. Oh, here we go. Okay, we love landscape design? What the heck does that? We love landscape design. Well, that's not your company. Okay, Facebook. What the? Oh, okay, so this is the the Facebook link for the WordPress theme that your website uses. Again, that should not be on there. It should be the Facebook page for your company, not for the website theme. So, oh, this is just terrible. So we look at the source code, and you can do this by hitting Control plus U. Just hold down those two keys, and you can see the coding behind any website. So if we go here, we can see that this is indeed a WordPress template because you just look for WP. And you see WP includes, WP everywhere means WordPress. So this is a WordPress template. And one of the reasons why WordPress templates websites don't rank well is because they are built with proprietary code that search engines don't understand. So if you scroll through here, you're not going to understand what you're looking at, but you can kind of see that there's a lot of junk code in here. I mean, just look at this. It's a lot of junk. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. And it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. I mean, none of it makes any sense. Now, by contrast, if we go to, this is one of my other clients that I did a website for years ago. It's a boxy website, but it's ranking really well. So if I go to his source code, again, I designed this, I hand coded it. Yeah, there's a lot that you don't understand, but you can make sense of it. You can see, here's your page title, here's your description, here's, you can see the wording in here, here's your navigational menu, and there's the wording of the body, and then that's it. That's all the coding on your home page. So hand-coded websites are very easy for Google to crawl because they don't contain any proprietary code. And they're very short. There's no junk in the coding of this page. So when we do a site search in Google to see all the pages that are on your website. And you can do this for any website. Just type in SITE : and then no space, and then the website address without the www in front of it. So I did a site, JMA It shows me that you have 6 pages on your website that have been crawled and are in Google's database. However, some of these should not be in the database, and they should not be in Google search. And this is actually going to hurt you because these are they're sample pages. They're pages with nothing but gibberish on them. They should have been hidden by the web designer. They shouldn't even be on the website at all. So here we have your regular your home page. Then we've got a blog. So let's see what's on the blog page. So we're going to open this up, and from our design desk, read our blog. Okay, so we're looking at a blog that was created in September 2017. And at first it looks like, okay, this is interesting, but then, hey, look at all this text in Latin. Same thing with the next one. First paragraph is nice. The rest, these are all in Latin. And even the first paragraph, it's not even your text, because if you take this paragraph and you put it in Google, you're going to see that this is plagiarized from a lot of other landscaping blogs. So if we put this in, we see, okay, so now I am totally, here we go, put it in. Okay, so for instance, here we are, Baker Company Inc., As10 LLC, Fazio Landscaping. You see all this? We look under weeding for Baker Company, we're going to see this same exact wording for this blog. Here it is. Here is the blog, the first line. So this whole paragraph, which was basically stolen from these other companies, that's actually going to hurt you, because that's going to trigger Google's duplicate content filter, and that's going to rank you lower because Google thinks that this content is plagiarized, which it is. You didn't do it, but I guess whoever designed the website did. So this blog page is useless. It should not even be on this website at all. So let's go to the next page. This one is called sample page. And look what it says on it. This is an example page. It's different from a blog post because it will stay in one place. So this is just a sample page that when they were, I don't want to say building, when they were putting this website together, they just basically forgot to take it out. So when you go here, and any visitor can go to this page. Anybody can go to this page on your website. And here you go. This is what it says. This is insane. I mean, there's no reason for this. This should not be here at all. And let's go back to, what's this? Is this another blog? I don't know what this is. This is the page that takes you to the blog page. View all on this date written articles further down below. Well, that is not exactly good English now, is it? Here we go, a commercial project. Okay, so now this is Chili's. This is one of your projects. But as we go down, again, like I showed you before, we've got all this in Latin, and it's saying your link, handmade work with love for every detail. So that's kind of useless. And then we've got this Merrill in Brooklyn. I don't think you work in Brooklyn, but if you go here, it says, replace me. So, a true story. So that's not even one of your clients. So these pages are all showing up. If someone does a search for JMA Landscape, these pages are going to show up. That's not good. So the next thing that I want to go through is page speed. Now, if you do a search, just say, does page speed affect Google search ranking? And you'll see everywhere that yes, page speed does indeed affect SEO. It's a direct ranking factor. Speed is a landing page factor for Google search. Page speed, how Google page speed update will impact your site, how to score a perfect 100 using page speed. So you can see that page speed is a major search ranking variable for Google. Okay, so we're going to look at one of the page speeds of one of the companies that I've done that's ranking at the top of page 1 for South Jersey landscaping. Is Michael's Landscape Design. So this is a website that I built for him. His page speed on mobile is 86, which is actually very good. It's better than most. I always try to strive for as close to 100 as possible, but sometimes it's not possible. So it's 86 out of 100. It's actually pretty good. Your page speed is, and I don't think I've ever seen one this low, 8. That is right. You scored an 8 out of 100 as far as how quickly your website loads. Now, you might not notice that it loads quickly because you've been to your page before and it's already in your browser's cache, or basically your browser's memory, so it'll always come up quickly for you from now on. But new visitors to the site, it's going to come up slowly. And if you have a fast internet connection or a fast mobile connection, again, it might still come up quickly enough where it's not going to be an issue, but it's still going to be too slow for Google. And it actually tells you what is causing the bottleneck. And some of the main issues are that your web designer, who's charging $60 a month, never optimized the images that are on your website. So whenever you put an image on a website, it has to be resized to make the file size smaller, because very large images are going to cause the website to load very slowly. So you have a lot of large images on here. I mean, look at the sizes. These are very, very large files. These are like 3 megs, 3 megs, 2.5 megs. These are very large image files. So somebody should have they should have optimized these photos and made them smaller before they even put them on the website. So that's one issue, one major issue. The other issue is, even if you did optimize these photos, the fact that it's a WordPress websites always load very slowly, no matter what you do. And there's nothing you can do about that, because that is just the nature of WordPress and other template sites. So here's eliminate render blocking resources. This is taking up 7 seconds, which 7 seconds doesn't sound like much, but when you're trying to bring up a website on a phone and you have maybe not the best internet connection, 7 seconds is a lot. So all of these elements here are part of the WordPress package. And when you're with WordPress, you can't get away from these. I mean, there's just no way. And I mean, there's a lot of bottlenecks here. And so there's a lot. I don't think I've ever seen a page speed this low. This is really, really terrible. So that's a major issue. We go over to W3C CSS validation service. CSS is the coding that determines the formatting of your website, which means what your website looks like. Every website on the planet is going to have errors. Even Google's own website has errors. However, 30 errors is excessive. There's a lot of errors on this website in the coding, and there's nothing you can do, because it's part of, you see WP content, it's part of the WordPress template. So whoever built that template just made some errors, and they did something wrong, or the coding is outdated, or for whatever reason. So there's really nothing. And then we have a lot of warnings here, a lot of warnings, and it just goes on. I mean, you can see it just goes on and on. I mean, thousands and thousands. So that is excessive. We go to the HTML checker. HTML is the coding behind the website itself. Not necessarily the formatting of the website, but the core coding. And again, you have some warnings here, but you also have a lot of errors. And mostly warnings, but again, you got some excessive. There are a lot of errors and warnings in the coding of this website. And we go down here and we see there's 246 errors and warnings. So that's excessive. So if we type in JMA landscaping in Google, we see it comes up. We do have the title. It's JMA Landscaping, South Jersey Landscaping and Design, which is good. The description is JMA, full service, fully licensed and insured landscape design installation company that's been making South Jersey homes. Well, now we know that it actually does say South Jersey homes and businesses look more beautiful. That's what it says at the end. But they didn't bother to check to see how it would read on Google. So when someone sees this, they're going to see you do landscaping, but then they're going to say, they make South Jersey homes. Are they a contract? Are they a construction company? So it was kind of like a little bit lazy for the web designer to not check that. Let's see what else we've got. That we went through that. So if we look for South Jersey landscaping, there's Michael's landscape design, the one I told you about. But obviously, like we already talked about this morning, JMA is nowhere to be found. Not on page 1. Let's see, page 2 of Google. Page 3 of Google. I mean, you're nowhere. And a lot of that is a lot of the things that we talked about, the page speed and the fact that it's WordPress and all the errors and things like that. So yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, as nice as this website looks, it's like a nice looking car that has a bad engine. It's what's under the hood that really matters. So there's nothing you can do to make this website better as it is. It needs to be rebuilt from scratch. You can't salvage any of it, because even if you make those pictures smaller and you change the wording and maybe you get rid of those pages that shouldn't be there, the WordPress coding itself is just, it's slowing the page down. There's nothing you can do about it. So yeah, so I went into a lot of detail. Just call me if you have any questions. Again, Terry Brooks, T Brooks Web Design in Mount Laurel. And my phone number is 609-914-1318. Have a great day.